Hello, good afternoon, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Kusnul Asyaifah, in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is, Construction Court reject legalization of medical marijuana for health. The Constitutional Court finally rejected a judicial review for narcotic law, one of which was filed by Santi Wirastuti, a mother of whose child suffered from cerebral palsy, one of the law situations in legalized medical marijuana. It is deciduous that Constitutional Court stated Article 6, Paragraph 1, letter A and Article H, Paragraph 1 in a law number 35 years, according to constitutional narcotic. Third narcotic category, as such, marijuana is still prohibited from deceiving units for the benefit of a health service. A portrait of Sandiaga Uno and Gibran's friendship at the ASEAN Torches Relay. There is something interesting in the Torches Relay ASEAN Para Games 2022 on a Solo Sunday, 2022. In that moment, Gibran was seen having a conversation with the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy Sandiaga Uno. Both of the dati to create an internal frame touch in that moment. As is known, the Israel Fire Torches Relay to reach which is taken since yesterday, Sunday 33 July 2022 has arrived in the Solo this morning. Previously, the teachers of the ASEAN Games were taken from Marpam, Gubuk and taken to the Semarang, Sukoharjo and Karanganyar and then taken to the Solo. In the last city of the host the ASEAN Para Games, Solo, the alternative frames was supported by the Minister of the Tourism and Creative Economy, Sandiaga Uno. Sandi received to the church for Henry Oka as Indonesian ASEAN Games organizing community in confined by the mayor of the Solo, Gibran Raka Buming Raka. The ritus received by the Sandiaga from the Posowari was carried away to the Sriwadi Stadium. Arriving there, the touch was badly carried out incident the Sriwadi Stadium. From Sani, the choice was badly by the athlete to be carried out by the Segladak before being handed over the commissioner of the instant sport, Gibran Raka Buming Raka. The torches relay end in the Solo City Hall yard. On the occasion, Sandiaga hoped that the Asian Programs athlete would come be studied over a competition. He said that the activity expanded to be economic generator, especially the capacity Solo. By going too far, the event classification, the torches relay, the Asian Games 2022 Retouch Relay has been postdated. The plan is the touch relay will be held today on the Sunday 2022 or 2 weeks before Asian Games, which will start in 30 July 2022. The next news is Angkasana residents are enthusiastic make a passport because immigration officer visit. Residents of Angsana Subdistrict, Bambu Regency, Thangbu are enthusiastic about making passport. This is happened because the immigration officers class to Batu Licin officer come to the Karang Indah village, Angsana district, Thangbu Regency, South Kalimantan Province, Saturday, 2022. Took the village into passport service program, residents are greatly assisted and facilitated in making passport without having to come again to the immigration office to the quiet far away about 2 hours away. The head of the Karang Indah village, Sudianto, really appreciated to this activity because so far people had a difficult and need time to the southern distance. Meanwhile, Umar said, a member of regional house representative for the Thangbu Regency, also greatly appreciated to the program. Himself was a resident of the Angsana Tingkis. This problem is very much needed to the community. So far, residents only know that they have to come to the immigration officer, which is quite far away. But with this program, the community has been very full. The head of the office, the Ministry of the Law, Human and Rights, South Kalimantan Regional Linky Sujadi, he accompanied by the head of the Immigration Division, Junita, and a member of the division head and a head of the Batu Licin Immigration Office. Igusti Bagus Ibrahim, he said the Ministry of the Law Human Rights is here to provide is a first service to the facilitate the public in making a passport. He also mentioned that the village entry passport service to the easily passport was also created in the commemoration of the 70-year Dharmakarya Dika Day. The next news is Lampung Police determined 5 suspects confined in Lampung. The Lampung Regional Police have determined to the perpetrators of the death in badly were killed in the Lampung. Previously of the Special Child Development Institute, the inmate who had died in the was one child in the conflict with the law at the Lampung Special Child Development Institute. The department of the suspect intimate killed in the Lampung was confined by the head of the public relations of the law police commissioners of police Zahwadi Pandra Arsyad at the local police pack on the Saturday 23 July 2022. Further information from the head of the public relations. The four predators who was decided to the assessment eventually were killed in the Lampung on the death of the victim ERF, 70 years old, was a friend of RS called in the Lampung Children's Special Guide Institute. The four perpetrators of mistreatment of the ERF victim were EA, 70 years old, a resident of the Tanggamus Regency, and P, 60 years old, a resident of the Bandar Lampung. RV, 70 years old, a resident of the North Lampung, and DS, 70 years old, a resident of the Waikanan. The modus operandi of the four perpetrators was carrying out prostitutions together at a different time. Pandra explained that the abuse carried out by the perpetrators by the hunting the victim soldier on the 12th of June 2022 once with the right and hand clothing. The perpetrators of the NP upside the victim on the grounds the victim will not abide to the people at the Garden Children's Special Guide Institute. Perpetrators RB hit the victim on the July 2022. The forces with his loudest person slapped the victim right and left cheek 7 times, punch in shoulder, upper and head with a cleader's right of fist. Meanwhile, the DS perpetrators pitches this and how toward the victim right hand, slamming at the grenades into the victim hand. The next news is land and air patrolling in the Friendly Forest and the land fire in Kalimantan. Novel Umar, as a deputy head the Air Task Force, as said have routinely carried out land in the patrolling Science Task Force commando was forbid. This is done untypical despite of the hotspot with Kalimantan to anticipate the audacious disaster. There is task force to the given task of the considering direct monitoring of the hotspot point from the RB exhausting using the water booming method using helicopter. It is meanwhile the landing forest given the task patrolling exhausting hotspots can be reached easily and quickly. The land taken forest prior the load controlling Kailas Pontianak City area. This is Kuburaya assisted by the sub in the introgress team to the prevent helicopter water booming classes area. Every day at the 7 a.m. and the 7 p.m., the task force, which is formed from several elements such as Indonesian Armed Forces and the Indonesian National Police, recently conducts briefing to the police at plan action and report to the result of action. The hotspot of the Kalimantan, West Kalimantan, years are currently getting higher based on the data from the West Kalimantan Regional Disaster Management Agency as of today, Friday, July 2022. The number of the hotspots in the West Kalimantan has reached 532 points based on the data. This is an increase from the previous data, which reached 358 points. The next news is Sherlina Joan charged of victim and domestic violence admitted to that she was abandoned after her mother left. Today, Saturday, 23 June 2022, the family held an 40-day worship service to commemorate of the passing of the late Sherlina Joan. As is known, Sherlina Joan died on the Thursday, June 14, 2022 at North Minahasa Hospital, Central Medical Hospital. It is suspected that the Sherlina's death was domestic violence committed by her husband in their home. The funeral home located to the Puri Rizki Kalongan Temperate Village, North Minahasa or Medu, North Sulawesi. It is suspected that the perpetrator is not Sherlina's second husband. Deborah related that the second child of the Sherlina by her first husband, which is the Deborah said that after the mother's death, she was very sad. He said that the many knows totaling the mother works in Papua. They have a life history of more than 20 years. He continued after the returning his mother immediately returned to the Manado, and only a year later, hears the mother had died. He said that the bahin of the death differed from his mother. She felt very shocked when her father had done. He continued, with tears in her eyes. Deborah said from their heart, she is the most good and agreed to the family which always been by her side. The next news is CCTV advice of Brigadier Chief died. A case has been at the left before. The National Police complied to the half of my CCTV advice along route to the official host at the initiative police had approved Division Inspector General Freddy Sambo to the undercover and task assistant of the Brigadier Nofriansah Yosua Huta Barat or Brigadier Chief. Currently, the CCTV advice has been submitted to the Forensic Laboratory Center for the investigation. Dedi Prasetyo asked the House should be not precise speculated to the investigation of the case. The CCTV advice of night to the police is not CCTV incident official resident for the sample to the police complex. During 3 Sud Jakarta, as previously reported, the Indonesian National Police put a new closed-circuit television or CCTV recordings related to the Ministry of the dead Brigadier Yosua Huta Barat or Brigadier Chief. He is at the house of the head of the Pruba and Wills Division, Inspector General Freddy Sambo last Friday. This was uncovered Director of the General Criminal Investigation National Police, Brigadier General Andirian Jajayadi. According to him, the CCTV footage was downloaded from a number of disclosed sources. The last news is, man in Tuban bring in marriage, reaches 100 million. The wedding ceremony in the village after grabs in attention of the community. As happened in the Gedong Heartland Magarajo village, Korek district on the Wednesday, 20 July 2022. The groom-to-be, Abdul Kohar, a resident of the Gedung Rejo village, the local sub-district, was bringing wedding a gift for the hundreds of millions. The gift were to Has idol Endang Ermawati, local resident. After receiving of offerings, Enda said that he was very happy with that his friend's candidate proved. He revealed that the gift from the prospective husband was not around 100 million more. The combined family Endang also showed a more valuable gift from her future husband. Among them, a cow, a bed made of the teak wood, thick chair, a chicken cake, a comb green and a sack. In addition, 26 Gedong batik woven fabric were also given prices value 1,000 per species. In fact, in the year of the house of the Perry H pick up course, and is to read the transport to the lectures of the purpose states of the use. The plan is not marriage of the Abdul Kohar and Enda will be held on the bride's house on the Sunday. Well, I think that's for today with me, Kusnul Ashaifa. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.